Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. AAC. Take it back. I want to appreciate everybody that joined us downstairs to welcome our presidential aspirant now. But like I told us before, he's not here because of the title, or because of the fact that he's a presidential aspirant, but because he decided that to calm down, that okay, let me witness what is happening in the Congress of my state. I told you it's from a village here in Ondo state called Chidi, that's the local government. And because the Congress is going on across the 36 states of the Federation now, they find it very imperative to be among us. And it didn't just come alone. He came with Adelaja, Comrade Adelaja, Gabriel, who is the national youth.
AAC, take it back.
We also interest us to know that until we have the national convention come October 6th, our presidential aspirant, person of Omoyele Sowore, he also doubles as the pro-tem national chairman of African Action Congress. Your Excellency, in the making, before I bring you to address us very shortly, we have just completed the process of ratification. We call it ratification because in our previous meeting, we agreed that all coordinators of Take It Back across the local government and the state should continue as chairman and escorts of African Action Congress. So what we mainly came to do here today is to ratify the executive. We did that shortly before you came in, and we were about moving out to Oyemekun Grammar School Gate to give you a house welcome when information reached us that they are already within the compound. So with a standing ovation, I want to welcome our presidential aspirant to just give us a pep talk in order to ginger our bodies, spirit, and soul. Take it back. Action. With a standing ovation, please.
Thank you. Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. AAC. Take it back. AAC. Take it back. Thank you so much for the invitation and for the wonderful work you have been doing in Ondo State in particular. For those who are watching us all over the world, as you know, we travel with our supporters all over the world via Facebook Live, YouTube, and other social media tools. This is the Secretariat of AAC directly, or you want to assist local governments directly or wards directly. This is an opportunity for you to contribute towards the uplift of this office, or even get a bigger office, or if you want to send in support in terms of cell phone devices, you want to send in furniture, you want to send in vehicles, motorcycles, whatever you might be able to lay your hands upon, this is a chance to assist our people here. For those of you who are on the ground, we are very lucky people. And I say we are lucky because today is exactly 1 month and 7 days that this party was inaugurated. Already. And you can see the energy of young people who are very desirous of changing the recycled old guards in Nigeria. They are tired of them, and they are saying that with their sweat and in some cases their blood, they will rescue this country. Yes. And I'm sure that this country will be rescued by next year, February specifically 2019. Amen. And we will have a brand new country that we can call our own. Amen. A country that we can be proud of, and a space that can advance us progressively and can bring about prosperity to this country. Amen. We haven't had it in a long time. Things have been very bad. In fact, so many of us were born into this poverty and misery, and we have not experienced anything good before in Nigeria. It is time for you to experience a great Nigeria, and we promise that we will deliver this Nigeria all by ourselves, for ourselves. It's a new definition of democracy. That is that this country must have its resources working for the Nigerian people, and not the other way around, where you are given the short end of the stick, where your senators are taking home 13.7 million naira every month, and probably by the time they resume, it will almost double. 18,000 naira per month, not enough to buy a recharge card for House of Rep members per day. That is the country that we are in, and we are saying that, as you know, we have changed the narrative. We have now forced Nigeria to be discussing a living wage. We have forced Nigeria to be discussing diversification of the economy. You guys, we have forced Nigeria to change Democracy Day from May 29th to June. All of it came through us. We have forced Nigeria to even be debating hard topics like whether we should be exporting marijuana, cannabis, which I heard is Ondo is the biggest grower of you people are Igbo people in this Ondo state. So you are welcome to the world economy. That economy alone can bring $4 billion to Ondo state. Wow. Yes, because Coca-Cola is going to be infusing cannabis into their drinks. Yes. Ghana is going to be exporting. You have heard it's good for medicine, and I also heard that Ondo State has the best beach side in Araromi. Yes. But it has not been developed. There's a lot going on here. There's a place that I was just watching a while ago where if you cut the rock, it's exactly the same as we are standing on, that is imported from Italy in Ondo State. So you see, this land is virgin land, but it has not gotten people who can manage anything. The people who are managing Nigeria cannot manage petrol stations. So when you go and give them a country, you are deceiving yourself if you are expecting a different result from the country. And you see what they are doing in Osun State today, they are still continuing with what they call see and buy, while they are buying votes. And we are telling them that money will raise them next year. People of Nigeria are looking forward to a different direction. Everybody is talking about it, Everybody's, even seers, prophets are talking about it, that Nigeria will, whether it likes it or not, next year must go away from the old people that have been destroying it to young people who want to make it better, who want to make it a great country. That is what we are hearing from every nook and cranny. Take it back! Action! So you should congratulate yourselves that you are part of this historic movement, a movement that is taking Nigeria to that place that everybody has been looking forward to. And it is not only Nigerians that are looking forward to a great Nigeria, by the way. Non-Nigerians are looking forward to a greater Nigeria. But as you can tell, we did a fundraiser yesterday. People who are not Nigerians were donating money to us, to the movement, so that we can make Nigeria. So other Africans are looking forward to a fantastic Nigeria. The rest of the world is looking up to Nigeria. I am saying it that it is possible, and it will be possible next year. Amen. And those of us who are standing here, those of us who have been sweating it out there on the street, who have been, spreading this message of AAC to the public, do not relent. And you must have heard that some people say, well, they have never heard about us before. You can imagine, more and more people are hearing about us. But it's not true that they are not hearing about us. That particular story was actually developed by APC people. The people you call Buharidins on Facebook. They are the ones who go around saying, oh, they don't know you. I called somebody at home. They don't know you. But we are at home here. People know us in Akure. People know us in Benin. They know us in Port Harcourt. They know us in Kano. How can you claim that the only presidential aspirant has been to 29 states? No other presidential aspirant has been to 29 states, even though they have private jets. In fact, what other presidential aspirants are doing now are the things we have already done. Yes. You see Saraki them going around waving at crowds. because they cannot confront anybody and address them based on their records.
Yes.
Where would the Saraki go and hold a town hall meeting and take questions? And you know, already they are stoning him. But they can't take questions from people. Buhari cannot even address a press conference. Since he came to power, he's only done 2 of it. And now he's saying that even in the debate, he will send his vice president. We are saying no. Your vice president will debate our vice presidential candidate. Yes. We want to debate Buhari. The reason is simple, and we're asking for 3 debates. One we'll do on television and radio. Another one we'll do on the university campus.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And the third one, they are free to choose where. We'll go there. Even if it's on his hospital bed in London, I will debate him. Yes. But they know that the moment we're they know that the moment we debate him, the election will be over. Because he won't be able to answer to any of his records. And I'm sure that he won't even be coherent enough to understand what we are saying at the debate. So they understand that they have a dead man on their hands. But our job is to help them retire, you know, if they choose peacefully, back to their respective homes. And we will do it and make sure that it is done and is well done. This country must be delivered in a brand new envelope next year. And it must be a brand new country. Amen. Nothing of the past will follow us to the future. Amen. Because they have been dragging us back with the past. Today, we don't even have a present. But we definitely know that we are pursuing a future that is irreversible. That's why, you know, you say our latest t-shirt is take it back, no going back.
No going back, man.
Take it back,
no going back.
That's, you know, you can add that to the rest of our slogan. So, you know, I really appreciate the energy here in Ondo. Ondo is my home state. Even though I'm a Nigerian by every standard, in fact a global citizen, but I love this state. This is where I started. I started from a primary school in Kiribo in my village. Actually, I started from a primary school in Abeoroyo in Ilaje, where I was homeschooled by my father. And then came to Kiribo, and then I did a community high school in my hometown, Kiribo. Before I went to Fidekwe for a second, because I was too young when I graduated from secondary school. I was about 14, 15 years old. So my dad returned me back to secondary school in Fidekwe in Otumokwa. From there, I proceeded to the University of Lagos. From the University of Lagos, I proceeded to New York. So I came from the end of the world to the other end of the world. So that experience and exposure counts for something. I'm using it to answer those who still ignorantly claim that we have no experience. You know, and we are asking them, the people that have experience, what has it done for you? Where has their experience taken you? But the thing is that we even have better experience, because when we were fighting for democracy in this country, Buhari was not fighting for democracy.
Where was Tinubu?
Yes, Tinubu, when I was in a student union leader and I would be at the front page of any newspaper, Tinubu was a backyard senator, you know, in Lagos State. When we go for meetings, like I say, they will be at the back, we'll be in the front. So that is some 29 solid years of fighting consistently for what is just and right. And that experience is not comparable with the experience of people who are only experienced in stealing, assassination and election rigging. That's the only experience.
No going back.
And we are saying that if you have experience, why are you afraid to debate somebody who doesn't have experience? Right? The person who has experience should be the one calling the inexperienced ones to come and debate. But no one of them can debate on experience. They have no records, they have no past, they have no pedigree. That is why they are afraid to debate. I've called on all of them. I'm waiting for the PDP to also choose their candidate. We want to debate the person. You know, it will be fantastic if it's Saraki. Let me and Saraki just have a debate and see what will be better. It will even be better if it's Tambua. You know, that will be really easy and interesting. Or let the APC choose their candidates. Because I've said it with the other young candidates. You hear about other young candidates. I don't have problem with the young candidates. But they are not the ones we are contesting against. Yes. That is why we asked them to let us unite. But they went and created their own style of politicking that is not different from the old people. So we said, look, let all the young people unite. And I'm saying it with due respect to other candidates that you hear their name frequently. When we form our government, they will be able to serve within our government. We already know where they can fit into the government. The ones that know economics, we'll put them where the economic value. The ones that know how to talk, we put them in the Ministry of Information, or Communication, anywhere that they want to work. But there are a lot of Nigerians out there who are competent, very competent. But you cannot have competent people managing Nigeria when you have incompetent people who are the leaders of the country. Because for you to have a company that is working, the human resources officer must understand how to hire good people. The MD and CEO must understand and recognize talent. These people have no talent themselves. So where do you expect them to get talents from? Look at the Buhari regime. The other day, a minister forged NYC. The other minister said he didn't know that he needed to serve. So those are the kind of people it took you 6 months to put together. And you saw that, I knew it when I met him on the radio in Ibadan, that these are a bunch of incompetent people. So you imagine such a person managing the communication ministry of Nigeria at a time that the rest of the world is moving very fast. On internet lane, you have an analog thinker who couldn't even use Google while we were talking to find out where I come from. Just saying this man is from Ife. Google could have helped you, minister. So this is why we must do this, and we must do this conclusively, and we must continue to pat ourselves on the back. But do not, under any circumstances, rest on your oars. Don't make that mistake. The system is out there. We are the most watched party in this country today. The reason is that APC hates us. They don't hate any other party. PDP hates us. They don't hate any other party. So if anything could unite APC and PDP, it will be AAC. Yes, we are the only threat. AAC! In this country today, we are the only threat to the established parties. The two political parties, APC and PDP. We are the only threat. They don't have any problem with SDP. They don't have problem with ADC. They don't have problem with YPP. They don't have problem with UPN. But the moment they hear AAC, it's not those Sowore boys. That's the thing. Those guys, they hear word though. That is what is pervasive. That fear that we are not compromisable. Because they are used to young people, even within the student movement, who they can call to a meeting, just find them a little money, they have disappeared. If they could bribe us to leave the political stage for them, they would have settled everybody, and that's why we must be careful within our party to look out for infiltration. They will try to infiltrate this party. There are 3 strategies that we used that shows political maturity and sagacity. One, when we started, everybody was asking, who we should join. We started having conversations with parties and checking them out. Do you know what they did? PDP went and bought all the parties that we were conversing with, meaning NIP and NCP. Ganifa Women's Party. It's unheard of that Ganifa Women's Party will join PDP. But they joined them so that they could deny us of any kind of platform during this particular period. After that, everybody started asking, will Sowore have a party? They were almost certain that I would not have a political party because they looked at all the parties and come to the conclusion that I cannot find a party that will be popular enough to carry my presidential aspirations. So everybody was asking, where is Sowore's party? Go and show me his party, because they had concluded that we were not going to get a party. We formed our political party. Another trap they set for us was the pact trap. The presidential aspirants coming together, the young aspirants. They invited me there and had hoped that I would participate in that so that they can ridicule me. What they did to Kingsley Moghalu, it was planned for me. But the moment I walked into that meeting, I knew that this was a trap. That shows to you that we have experience. And I walked out of the place to the extent that even after they concluded their meetings and chose Feladro Toyi, they still had to write in the paper that he defeated me in an election in which I did not participate, because they need my name to sell that fraud that took place, right? So those three things, look at how we survived it. Now, they don't know what to do with us, but I tell you, the next thing is that we will be infiltrated. They will do everything they can to cause confusion within our ranks because they know that we can't be compromised, right? And you know, there's something about compromise and coming from Ondo State that they don't like. You see, Nigeria can deal with a person who is stubborn, who is not from Ondo State. But a stubborn person from Ondo State is a big problem anywhere in Nigeria. You know how they identify people? They say, if somebody is stubborn, they say, where is he from? They say, it's Ondo State. You should have known now. You know. So if they say the person is stubborn, they say, where is he from? They mention, they say, go and talk to him. He will calm down. But they say Ondo people is what they call Alagidi in Yoruba land. We used to write all the petitions in the Western region. So anyways, that's on the light side. We need to go beyond just the excitement we have now. We need to go to the grassroots. Let us even for once accept that they don't know us. Yes, it's a challenge that they are throwing at us, that they don't know us. That challenge, we must confront it by ensuring that we knock every door, everywhere. In this Akure, in Ogbese, in Ilajese, Ondo, Okego, our brother here is from Okego, Owo. Everywhere, up to Akoko and Akoko Edo side, where we have, as you know, Ondo is very, very strategic, and don't forget that we are the only state in the federation that has connection with the north, has connection with the Atlantic Ocean, has a connection with the southwest, has connection with the east. Somehow, there's no way you are going anywhere by land in Nigeria that somehow you don't have to pass through Ondo State. That's right. This is the truth about the strategic location of the state. So, apart from reaching out to the people who are here, we also need a strong group in Ore. Because over 1 million people pass through Ore every day and night by land transportation. And that is also the reason why when we win the election next year, Ore will become a transportation hub of the best you can find on the country. We will do it because it's the best place to teach Nigerians a lesson on how to transport people from one side of the world to the other. We make it the hub, and constructions of road, dual carriageway will go from there to anywhere, and also to the Atlantic Ocean, where we will set up Ararome properly to become a tourist center. By the way, Ararome is also very close to Lagos. In fact, you can take Okada to go from Ararome to Lagos. That's why you know that our leaders, they can't think. We don't have leaders in this country. But we are going to start having leaders from next year. So we need you to go to places like Ore. We need a strong presence there. We need people who are canvassing as if you are trying to win over people to go to your church. You know, flyers. As people are landing, they are eating. We need people constantly in Ore. There's no way that we will work in Ore for 1 week that the whole of Nigeria will not feel our presence. And nobody, right now, no political party is doing that. Where you are welcoming people. We need a welcome party in Ore. Welcoming people from the east, people from the north, giving them flyers. You know, we need at least as many people as possible. If you need more public address system like the one we have there, we need to put it to use. And we can take time and turns to be there to preach to people who are travelers. That is a strategic move, and we need the signboard. We need several signboards there in Ore as well. And for those who might, maybe we can even erect a public address system there with speakers that is, blasting all day long. We just rent his shop there, put speakers over there, so that everybody that is passing the place, you will just be letting them know that we have come and we have come to stay. So that's my message to our people in Ondo State. I know that you have just ratified your executives here, and we want to appeal to those of you that the party is still very young and growing very fast. If there are discussions or disagreements, they are normal in democratic settings. In fact, I do not want to belong to a party where everybody agrees with the leadership. We need a party where people are rigorously challenging every idea that is out there. But make sure that whatever you are doing, you have read the constitution of the party. And on October 6th, the party delegation will come to Lagos for our national convention. And everybody, not only the delegation of the leadership of the party, everybody is free to come to Lagos. We want to show to them in Lagos that we have presence. People have asked us of Nigeria, capital of Nigeria. Lagos is the real capital of Nigeria. There's no family in Nigeria that is not represented in Lagos. So when you are talking to people in Lagos, you are talking to Nigeria. When you are shaking Lagos, you are shaking Nigeria. So we want to shake Nigeria on October 6th with huge number of delegates. Every one of you that can come to Lagos, we invite you to come to the mega rally in Lagos. We want to shut down Lagos on that day. You know that when the APC wanted to start their fraud in 2014, they started in Lagos. When we want to nullify their fraud, we will nullify it in Lagos. So that's why we are going to be in Lagos on October 6th. And for those of you who are watching us again, it's an opportunity to call on you to fund and sponsor our delegates to go to Lagos. I think we just need buses and accommodation. So whatever you can do, we'll do a fundraiser so that anybody who wants to come indicates to us that you want to come to Lagos. We will try and fundraise online to get buses that can bring you to Lagos and back home, and also hotels. We may not have the kind of food that PDP and APC might have, but whatever we have, we will share in Lagos. What is most important is the liberation of Nigeria come next year. And if churches and mosques can starve in the name of fasting to save this country, we people, young people, should be able to fast as well. Go hungry wherever is necessary to rescue Nigeria next year.
AAC!
Take it back!
AAC!
Take it back!
Take it back!
Take it back!
Take it back!
No going back!
Take it
No going
back!
back!
So, you know my problem with microphone. If I keep holding it, I might be here till tomorrow morning. But I want to, yeah, it's a small problem I have. It's a good problem to have, because we need leaders who can communicate with the people, and effective communication. You are right. And I hope I've been communicating effectively. So please, thank you once again so much for coming. We'll be in the area for most of today. You know, we are always moving around like a hurricane. We will be around in Akure, and if you need our presence in any neighborhood while we're around, we'll be glad to come. You know, we can hold flash rallies, as we call them. We go to the neighborhood, gather young people, address them. We are not only for young people, we are for the old, the weak, the abandoned, you know, the physically challenged, rejected. We call ourselves Zone 7 in Nigeria. We are the zones that have never tasted power before. And it's time to take power.
Take it back!
Take it back!
No going back!
So that's why we thank you once again. Thank the chairman for doing such a fantastic job, Alex. He's been doing a great job here in Akure, keeping the things going. You just have to expand your team so that when people want to reach you, they should be able to reach you. Also set up your Facebook page for Ondo. A lot of people who are not in the country, who are from Ondo State, they want to help, but they're always looking for ways to reach you. And I can guarantee you that if you give them your phone number, you can't cope with phone calls. So set up multiple ways through which they can reach you. Create a social media team, create a mobilization team on the ground, create teams that can go to every campus, because another advantage we have is that a lot of students are following us.
Yes, sir.
So we must be able to enter every campus in Ondo State. And I think Ondo State has got a lot of university, colleges of education, polytechnic campuses that we can visit. You have to also set up students on campus. There's a Sowore on campus group as well. We work with them so that these movements we penetrate and percolate to everywhere. So on that note, I want to thank you once again for the opportunity granted me. Thank you for setting up this office. We make sure that this office is well furnished, or you completely even move to a bigger one as soon as possible. We'll do a fundraiser for you. Thank you so much, Ondo.
not listening to our presidential aspirants, and we are happy, like he said to us, he said we are very lucky. I mean, this is one of the lucky ones. Some of us don't know what he meant by the Zone 7. We have 6 zones in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 3 in the north, 3 in the south, and they've all tasted power. But this category of people you are seeing that belong to Zone 7, that is the youth, who have not tasted power. And now, either they like it or not, we are coming to this power.
Oh, yes!
On this note, I want to take just 1 or 2 responses, because we know His Excellency in the making is always on the move. We already have another plan for some other things. We'll take just few comments. You can term it questions, you can term it contribution, whatever, but just few. And be very brief when you are doing that. Let's start with the convention chairman, please. Then we'll take 2 more. If you got a seat to sit, please just sit down. Let's sit down.
Sit down, please.
And let His Excellency sit down.
AAC. AAC.
Take it back.
AAC.
Take it back.
Once again, my name is Olufemi Jacob Sarije. In fact, I am so impressed and very happy to have this opportunity to meet with our presidential aspirant, the person of Sowore Omoyele. I will say, Your Excellency, you are welcome. Sir, I want to tell you thank you for coming out as a young man to fight for the youth of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You are not only fighting for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, rather Africa in general. Furthermore, the whole world, because we are more or less like slaves to the Western world. With your advent, I can see that we are doing very well. I must tell you that since I know who Sowore was, I've since then been following this gentleman on YouTube, on Facebook, till now. When I'm seeing Sowore for the first time and shaking my hands with him, it seems as if we have met before, and as if we have been together. Simply because we are following you on Facebook. As you are here, you are there. Even as you landed in Akure this afternoon, we saw you. We saw the wings of your aircraft. I want to tell you that the youth of Ondo State are behind you. The youth of Ondo State are behind you. And I'm telling you, we are going places. We are going to do something. This is an opportunity for us. Just like you have rightly said, that we should all be careful. They will buy you. They may buy you, but don't give up. Don't agree. How much are they going to pay you? I made some analysis on the internet recently. I have over 1,000 comments, almost 700 likes, and what have you. In respect of if they give you 5,000 naira, divided by the number of days that the person is going to stay in office, automatically amounted to a certain amount of money, which you cannot even give a man that is begging on the road. They bought your future. As I'm talking to you right now, selling of votes and buying of votes is going on right now in Osun State, which we are seeing online. Yes. If you can turn on your phone, you will see. Which some have been arrested. For that reason, please let us be careful with what we are going to eat. Do not allow us to use our stomach to sell our life because of our stomach. Despite we know that all these things that we are passing through in this country are caused by past leaders. And by the grace of Almighty God, this old cabal will be kicked out any moment from now, and the young guys will come in, whom Sowore will be the leader of this country by 2019. In addition to that, sir, I'd like to bring it to your notice that the publicity of Take It Back, AAC, I'm sorry to say, to use that language, is kind of poor in many states and in Ondo State. In United States of America and other Western world, I have a lot of friends there who call me asking me that, have you heard of Sowore Omoyele? I'll be wondering, why? Contesting for president, automatically, the publicity of Take It Back, AAC, is 100% in the Western world, United States of America, Germany, Canada, and other places, than the country that we want to take back. So I will appeal. We know that we are kind of financially incapacitated somehow. We will appeal, if it is possible from the national level, that they should come down to our level a little to assist us to create more publicity in a way that using radio, television, local radios, not big local radios like Breeze FM radio in the local setting. Our old women here, our old fathers, you see them with their phones, listening to what is going on. They need to know what is AAC. Sir, I'm assuring you that if you come down now and cross to this road, cross this main road right now, and ask somebody, a bypasser, ask him, do you know Sowore Omoyele? He will tell you, I don't know. Ask him, do you know anything, Take It Back? He will tell you, I don't know. See, publicity can go a long way to help all these people that are inside. It's not everybody that is on the net. Like all these our old mother, you won't believe that they are ready now, they are preparing for 2019. For 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 they are going to get. But I want us to take them by surprise that with that their 2,000, 5,000 they are going to get by 2019 election, they will get there and find out that there's nothing like that, and they will have no option than to vote for AAC, simply because we have already reached out to everybody in our state and in other states. So I don't know what. Apart from television, we need billboards as well. Billboards in local government, in areas, and along express. When you are traveling, there should be billboards, because if you go around, you see APC, PDP everywhere. This is just my contribution to you. Once again, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. Welcome, sir.
We'll take one more comment, please. We'll take one more comment.
AAC, AAC,
Take it back.
I want to welcome Mr. President Lincoln to our midst today. Sir, please, I have two. My name is Nicholas Udo, but I'm from Ondo State by birth. So I'm part of this movement, I'm part of this state. Welcome, sir. Sir, please, I have 2-3 questions to ask you quickly. And I don't want to tell lies like Lion Mohammed. Number one, do you have a political godfather?
The answer is no.
Thank you very much, sir. Because I don't want to be like Jagaban to Ambode, saving the people of Lagos. Thank you, sir. Secondly, sir, yesterday or for some weeks now, I've been having a very tough fight with people on my streets and my locality. They don't know you and the rest of them, but I keep preaching you to them. Now, one thing that the market women on my street want to know is this. From history, they told us that Nigeria was just Western, Eastern, Northern region. Are you going to restructure Nigeria like we want when you come? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I've answered the first question. I don't have a political godfather. If I did, by now you would have known the Godfather. I've been around doing this for the last 7 months, and I've spoken eloquently and sufficiently about my background, which is verifiable from my university days, at least till now. And everybody knows that I don't have a political godfather. I'm here to retire all the Godfathers and Godmothers who have destroyed Nigeria's politics. The second aspect was what was your second question again? Just restructuring. Restructuring, that was the third question I got. Restructuring is not, when people talk about restructuring, it depends on who you are talking to. Some people talk restructuring from the point of devolution of power. Some talk restructuring from the point of, having state police, local government police, that is policing. Some people talk about restructuring from the point of view of redistribution of resources, and that those who have resources coming from their own part of the world should hold more of the resources and only pay taxes to the federal government. The devolution I mean, we support all of this. But the one that people don't talk carefully about is if we need to collapse the current 36 state structure into regional governments. I don't know that it will be possible. And the reason is simple. There used to be a western region based in Ibadan. I am not sure that the people of Ekiti and Ondo State want to go back to Ibadan again to go and be administered from Ibadan. Because the state structure has kind of democratized governance. The restructuring that I think we need with regards to structure of states or region is to allow local governments to have more power. And the people that are destroying the local governments are the state governors. This is Ondo State, where a guy named Olusegun Mimiko was governor for 8 years. The man did not allow local government elections to hold for 8 years. All the allocations to local government, more development will go to the local governments. You know, and that is the kind of restructuring. Now, one of the things we'll do under restructuring is to allow local government to be autonomous, so that not only can they own their own police, they can also own universities. I want every local government to have a community college, which is equivalent of a 2-year degree, so that if you cannot afford to go to the University of Lagos or a federal university, you can go to your own local government university, learn accounting, learn. And after you are done, you can then decide to go for another 2 years in another university outside of the local. If you don't want to leave your local government, that's your problem. There used to be a teacher training college in Odeayi. That's where my dad learned how to be a teacher. My dad didn't have an ambition to go to Lagos till he died. In fact, he hated the fact that I wanted to go to the University of Lagos. He thought Lagos was too rowdy. But he lived a fulfilled life because he had a chance to go to school in Odeayi. If all his opportunity to get educated was in Ibadan or Lagos, my dad may not have gotten educated. That is how to democratize, this kind of resources to go to the last person. And on the issue of devolution of power, of course I support that. But so many of the things we are looking for through restructuring, we need for the constitution to be changed. And I have proposed that, I've said, and never hidden, the Nigerian constitution is a fraudulent document created by the military. I also have proposed that as part of our restructuring too, we should even decide whether we want a bicameral legislative system or a unicameral legislative system. That is to say, in my view, we don't need a Senate in Nigeria, but we keep the House of Representatives, appropriate representation from all the local governments across the country, or federal constituencies as we know them, because our bicameral legislative system is too expensive. And who do we have in the Senate? Thieves, looters, looters. And you have some of them in prison as we speak now. There are about 2 senators in prison. Yes, exactly. More of them, if the government was working, half of the Senate would be in jail. That's the truth. So it's for you to understand this. But lastly, what I will say to make it clear about restructuring, where I disagree with the current proponents of restructuring, you know them. Some of them are here. They are from this Akure. People like Olusegun Mimiko, I don't trust them. This is the truth. They cannot restructure Nigeria for you because they only know how to restructure Nigeria for themselves. So I want the restructuring debate and conversation to be done by young people, because it's our future that is at stake. It's not the future of an 82-year-old man that is at stake. So why is he concerned about me when he wasn't concerned about me when he was younger? Why would he be concerned about me when he's dying? So you should suspect the people who are pushing for restructuring because they don't have good records to show that they do honest things for the generality of our people. So how can we restructure Nigeria first is to allow a young person to become the president of Nigeria next year. And that young person will call other young people to a constitutional conference and we'll discuss how to restructure Nigeria for the future, have a referendum after that, put in place a brand new constitution for the country, and Nigeria will start working for everybody.
AAC, you are not recognized. Brother, please.
He wants to have a photo session.
Please, excuse me. Wait, let our Oga talk first. You have something.
Please, I will advise you of you, I will advise you of you, I want us to bring it out. We cannot wait any longer, please. The two of you standing together. We only take one of you. Please. Just harmonize your view. The other lady who is willing to continue, please. Just in 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, I want to appreciate you so much for this. You've done so much to have in such a short time. His question first, he said, what are your strategies to ensure? My name is Sunday, I'm the student of Food and China. Now, his first question is that, what are your strategies to ensure that this works for us in such a short time that we have? But more important, I have one question, which is, you were in the United States last week, and I heard you talking to the Barclays students. You told them that the hardest people to reach are the people on campus, the intelligent guys that are educated people. And I'm here to tell you right now that it is changing, it's fast changing, because I'm from the university, and I can tell you that we have so many students on campus who are willing to follow this movement and to ensure that we hold our leaders accountable. And we do believe in your future that you are making that available to us. And we also want to tell you, this is most important, because he said something regarding the publicity here in Akure. And I'm also telling you right now that we have students such as myself and many more people who are willing to donate our funds that are given to our parents to ensure that this stands and will make a statement. So lastly, I'm looking forward to you to sort of ensure that at your foremost ground, you put students in your consideration. Yeah. I wouldn't know how you do it, but we know that the government seems to have bought some of our representatives, our leaders, but there are a lot of us who are at the bottom. There are more of us who are willing to hear from you, and we hope that you pay more attention to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just to answer your question directly regarding how do we do this. How we do this is up to you. And he has answered that partially. When I was a student your age, the lot fell on my shoulders and younger people like me, not only to run for election. At that time, they have already done an election and they annulled the election. We fought to ensure that that election was there now. We almost won that battle until they decided to kill Abiola. But it was that battle that led to the restoration of democracy in 1999. So if we want to make this happen, let's do what he's saying. Yeah. Every one of us here today, you go to church, right? When the church are looking for members, what do? You go onto the streets and preach the gospel, right? The same thing with mosque. When they want to grow members, they ask their members to go out. The reason why we are different and we may not be able to afford what APC or PDP may afford in terms of billboard is that this is not a billboard that we want to erect on the street. We want to erect billboards in the hearts of people. Yes. And the way to do it is to go out there and let them see you that you are serious. They'll say those are the APC people. How many of you know about Jehovah's Witness here, right? You see them. There are never a lot of them, but they will knock every door when they are doing their meetings with the public. So I'm not using church as a basis for how we grow the movement. I'm just giving you analogies or examples of how you can advance and advance yourselves to what we need to do. Because ABC has billboards today everywhere, but nobody's looking at them. And most importantly, we are also a digital generation. Sometimes the greatest billboard we can have is how many messages you send out there on WhatsApp and on Facebook. Don't ignore social media. This election will be done partially, if not 90% on social media. That is why all the parties are spending their most resources, or advancing their resources the most on social media. Because when you see something on social media, you go and show your mom. My grandmother is about 95 years old. Nobody's sure really, but that's what she told us, right? But she knows what is going on Facebook. Probably as I'm speaking now, one of our grandkids will go and show her that this is your grandson talking. How? Because that's the only social media outlet where they can reach her at this point. And social media has advanced a lot in Nigeria. There are over 100 million Nigerians who are using smartphones. That is almost more than half of the population. So I'm just saying, don't ignore it. But in terms of providing the resources that can help us reach out to people who are difficult to reach, we will definitely make that available and support at the state. And as we are saying, this conversation is also reaching all those people we are talking about who are based in Germany, in the US, in Canada, South Africa. We have supporters in Japan, Malaysia, China, India. We got invited to India today. I didn't even know that there are that many Nigerians in India. But they said that Nigerians are all over the world. And the ones outside, are very, very desirous of changing this country because a lot of them are tired of living outside, while the rest of us are tired of living inside. They want to come back. If they have their way, they will be back here. You don't know what people are going through outside, you know, because they won't tell you. They cover it up when they come here, but when they go back, they are going through pain and suffering because most of the people who are traveling out of this country are in indentured servitude, slavery, practically. The freeborns of Nigeria are the ones who are here. That's why we must make Nigeria a fantastic place to live. If Ghana can get it right, Nigeria should be able to get it right. If Benin Republic here can get it right, Nigeria should be able to go get it right. There's no excuse for the condition that we are in. And for our student leaders, I appreciate the pronouncement here today. We will do everything we can to reach out to students. You know, one thing you cannot discountenance about us is energy. They complain about it all the time. You know, how does it do it, you know? And when I introduced cannabis into the topic of national discussion, they said it's because I'm consuming cannabis. I said maybe Buhari needs a little bit of it too, because it's too sleepy for my life. But I don't do it. It's just a product that I know that is a product of the future. Cannabis is going to become the next oil. That's the truth. The moment Coca-Cola starts infusing it in their drinks. And the sad part is that if we don't get to the market early, they'll be telling the world that our own is not the original. Meanwhile, the best one is grown, my brother just told me today in Opese.
Yes, Opese.
In Ondo State. They said that it's not the kids. That's the best. That's Ondo people that are growing a book. But on a serious note, we will work with everyone, and as you can imagine, we are moving very fast. But we just hope that you do your part too. Everybody can do their own part. Look at this place today. Nobody paid anybody to come here.
Yeah.
And this place is jam-packed. There are people outside. If PDP will get this number of people to attend there, they will spend only less than 5 million naira. Just this number of people we have here. They'll give 5,000. But like my brother here said, do your math. Divide 5,000 naira by 365 days. Just 1 year. How much does it come to? And the governor who has given you 5,000 and he has 4 years to spend, you will never see him again. I pity the people of Ekiti. They will never hear from Fayemi again because they had already paid them off for 4,000. In fact, I even heard that people of Ekiti are lucky. The one in Oshun, they cut it into 2,000. They are collecting 2,000.
Yes, right now.
So if you are Ekiti, that means your value is higher. So Oshun has depreciated. And what that is telling you is that by next year, for the entire country, they would have cut it to 500 naira.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you get 200 naira, you are lucky. But the truth is that if they pay you to vote for them, they will never do anything for you. Even when they didn't pay us to vote for them in 2015, what did they do for you? Nothing. So, again, thank you so much for the passion. And what I love about our movement is passion. I've met some of the most passionate young people in my life in this movement. And think about it. What NANS has not been able to do in almost 19 years. NANS has not had the ability to organize students across universities. What pro-democracy groups, NGOs have not been able to do in the last 19 years, we did it in 7 months. Wow. We have Nigerians believing in the struggle again in less than 7 months. From Sokoto, I'm sure you guys saw us in Sokoto. Yes. We had to do 2 rallies in one night in Sokoto. One group came and the other group head, and they came to the hotel where we are in Sokoto. The same thing in Benike. We went to Zamfara. Everybody in this country, they give us red carpet reception. So please, let us continue to do it. You might think that maybe people have not heard about us. They have heard, but they are expecting us to keep pushing. And you know sometimes when Nigeria say they haven't heard about you, they are saying that you haven't done the revolution fuller. But tell them, the only currency we have to give is idea. And the ideas that will make this country flourish and progress and bring prosperity to them. Yes. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you.
Take it back. On this note, we want to appreciate
our project national chairman, who doubles as the presidential aspirant of African Action Congress, and his entourage for finding time to be in our midst this afternoon for the convention. We wish you journey message back home, and I want to announce to every member that are here, the discussion is not yet. After we will have said we should stay behind while we follow the presidential aspirant downstairs. But I know everybody wants us to do that so that we can have a group photograph downstairs. So after doing that, please let us come back and continue with our discussion. Remember, some people are still asking some few questions when our presidential aspirant walked in. AAC.
And I also want to announce, because this is the secretariat of the party, we are supposed to commission it, but I have something against commissioning anything. But I want to announce and establish today this as the original, well, secretariat of the party. We know that people who are watching us may not like the ambience here, and they would support you to probably make it look better or bigger. But for now, this place is hereby codified as our secretariat for Ondo State. Thank you so much.
AAC! Take it back! Take it back! Action! Good road don't come, good life don't come, job opportunities don't come, now show when I bring and come. Oh yeah, good road don't come, good life don't come, job opportunities don't come, now I bring and come. Oh yeah, people, we don't need them no more. Promise and fake people, we know what you are telling you. For 2019, show where we want to go. I want to let that. Yeah.